right, guys. Hello, 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 hello. All right, we made it. It is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. I noticed I need to start saying that a little bit when we start broadcast lives or anything like that, just to keep people from assuming it's not. We got the EMA alerts. That is from Huntington County EMA. Nobody said that it didn't work, so I'm assuming that is everything correct. That's, like I said, that's how I got it. Good way to receive alerts if you need it. So we're going to dig right in. I'm not going to take too much of your time tonight. It is tonight. So this is what we're looking at. This is around the 7 o'clock time frame tonight. Looking at a potential what the radar setup could look like. This is a brand new swing through of the HRRR model. You can see that in the upper left-hand corner there. For 23 Zulu, we're 4 hours behind on Zulu time. In the fall and winter, we are 5 hours behind. So it stinks a little bit to have to calculate that. But I mentioned earlier, there was a southern shift a little bit on the outlook today from the Storm Prediction Center. So we can actually go into that a little bit. They're already starting to expand the tornado watch. They kind of brought it back a little bit, and then they covered the rest of Illinois with it again and took it back into Missouri a little bit. Now they also put that in there with, why is this not working? 3-inch hail as a possibility inside that tornado watch area there in central Illinois. So if it continues to develop as expected, that could be a threat. Hey, Todd, could be a threat for us. That is not the latest update. That could be a threat for us for large hail later today. There it is. We got it. All right, so you can see that level 4 moderate section there, the bullseye section, used to go up north of Peoria. It kind of shifted south as it gets into Indianapolis. So that's going to we'll kind of cover that a little bit when we look at the weather model some more. But that really severe damaging tornado threat kind of shifted south on us. And I can cover into the why a little bit. If you guys are interested, just let me know. You could have just said it. So Joseph's commenting in there right now, and he's right here. Say hi. And then I got Justin, one of our chasers. He's over here as well. Say hi. Hi. So we're all hunkered down, and this is like a prison cell sized office. So we get kind of comfortable in here. So I just lost my total train of thought. So either way, so the severe weather threat is still present. I was watching some of the weather models as they were coming through, and I was kind of saying, man, I wasn't really sure if it was going to really hang on tight or if it was going to kind of go backwards on us. We were looking at the weather models before it did the update, and I mean, Joseph was like, should I just go home? And I was like, I don't think so. Just wait. So this is the latest weather model update. So we look here in western Wabash County. It gives the potential for, let me get rid of that bottom banner there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's supposed to shrink. There we go. So you can see that bottom banner. I can't even talk. This bottom section down here shows the possibility EF1, EF2 tornado around that section with a rounding slinky there. So basically that kind of gives us the information inside of this sounding to be able to dictate, is it possible for a tornado in that location? And it is. So tornado is still a threat for us, even though these are more of a broken cluster instead of a line. So, we're kind of used to those really good linear line storms. And, the big problem, Eli said, so everything's dying down for Northeast Indiana. That is incorrect. Farther Northeast Indiana, maybe. But here locally, I just shared that sounding there. And I mean, we can kind of look down here in southern Wabash County. There's potential for tornado there. I mean, you're not going to get a whole bunch of tornadoes out of one of these cells. But what it's showing is inside that group is the potential for tornadoes to happen. it has the helicity, it has the updraft, and I mean, just everything is clustered in there and ready to go. So as these storms develop across, we'll call it central Illinois, and move their way to the east, we're going to have to keep a good eye on them. And no, you're fine. You're fine. I understood it was a question. But as it moves off into the east, we're going to keep a close eye on how these storms develop. We've got our radar set up here. You can kind of see that. I'm watching everything in Illinois. I'm watching the cloud tops down there in the bottom left to see, are they maxing out? Are they continuing to grow? So that is, some of the stuff that I look at to see, what's coming. So these are going to be some of the important factors that are going to play out as time goes on. And, if you're kind of a weather nut like we are, anything, because this is kind of moving straight to the east coming out of the west. So we're going to really be looking at that Peoria area, and anything coming out of the Peoria area, put like a 35-mile circle around Peoria. And that's what's going to be coming for you guys in, whether you're in Miami County, Wabash County, or Huntington County or beyond. That's what we're going to really be watching for as it gets closer to Indiana. So right now we're 3:41 p.m. So we're about 3 hours away from things really picking up. So if we're looking at Peoria, just keep that in mind. Things are going to be really moving fast. So we're going to, because things are going to be moving so fast, I'm going to have these two guys in the truck with me. We're going to start off in Wabash County with a good plan and a good setup where we've sat before. And we'll be able to plan a good route to safety. That way, if it is needed, I know all of my escape routes and everything like that. So we do have all the plans necessary to make it a safe chase. So if you do see us out and about and you think about chasing us, I want to let you know I will lose you in the country. That is not a challenge. That will happen. It's just because it's not worth it. Don't follow me, because I will take you straight into the center of a tornado if I have to. So that being said, that is the current update. Tornadoes are possible, hail's possible, heavy winds are possible in excess of 65 miles per hour. Some of the soundings have shown that the jet stream is cooking along at about 203 miles an hour. And as these storms continue to come through, it's going to kind of come down and kind of try to scrape the ground a little bit. So we're going to start to see some of those, 65 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts come through with some of these storms. And they could even turn into a microburst. So we'll have to kind of watch out for that as well. If we get one, that'll be the time where I explain what a microburst is. My brain doesn't work that fast, although I talk fast a lot. Now, to explain what really changed from this huge tornado outbreak across northern Indiana to, oh, this is cute. I'm going to kind of back the map up here because I talked with Joseph about this, and I kind of showed him. So we kind of look at the map as a whole picture. We see this low pressure here just in west central Wisconsin. And I didn't really realize this before, but the low pressure was coming down right here and parking just right on the top of the Indiana border with Michigan. And what was happening after that, it would take a skip and hop back up here almost into Canada. And so when I looked at that, I went, oh, if I would have paid more attention to where the low pressure was, I guess I probably wouldn't have missed that, but I think everybody else missed it too. So my apologies on that. But instead of doing that and pushing and sandwiching that moisture with that warm front that's currently down in southern Indiana, causing that sandwich effect for that really bad tornado outbreak to happen, it's going to coast straight across Lake Michigan, straight across central Michigan, and then up into Canada and then northeast United States. So that is good news. Somebody said, how about Grant County? Joyce Kidd sent me a message or commented on something. Grant County is going to be south of us there in Huntington. So you're going to be probably looking at about the same conditions we are. Follow us while we're out storm chasing and live. Ooh, I'm starting to get that old man whistle. That's not good. I will work on always saying the date. I promise. I shouldn't promise that, but I'm going to work on it. And then we had some high pressure behind it form. And so that's kind of where everything got missed. So instead of that low pressure coming down and squishing with that warm front corridor and the jet stream, it's staying farther north, and that's causing the more open space rather than a squish. So, which is good and bad. So we're still going to get these cluster storms and things like that. And Huntington County EMA, they're working on their next update from the National Weather Service. So look forward to that being posted soon. Once they get that out and about, I will share it. I'm assuming that from the map data I'm seeing that I shared with the latest update from the HRRR, it's probably going to be close to the same. And I guess that would prove that I don't steal anybody else's information. And sorry, guys. I believe that I shouldn't have went there. Huntington, we're looking about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Things are going to start to move into western Wabash County, so we're gonna be watching that pretty closely. Dan Witt says he's delivering pizza tonight in Huntington. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Just make sure that you have a safe route when you go out. If you're going out after 7 o'clock, make sure you have a safe route planned if you're going out and you might need a place to shelter down or something like that. Just kind of go over those thoughts. If you're going to a gas station or something like that, kind of look at that's what we need to talk about. And I'm going to talk about that real quick. Real quick, safe places. Okay. If you're out and about in your car and you want to find a safe place and say you want to go to a gas station, and you go to a gas station that has only 2 posts that holds the canopy and you want to park under that, that's fine. But what I want you to think about is which way does the wind come from, because the canopy is going to go the other direction. So don't park under the canopy side, it's going to fall. And then bridges and overpasses. Do not park under an overpass. Karen Hamilton said, is it still looking as severe? Not as severe, but severe, yes. So to me and you, that means 2 different things. So I got to be careful with what I'm saying. Is it a severe outbreak of tornadoes? No. Are tornadoes, hail, and severe wind possible? Yes. Did I say that? Yep. Okay. All right. I think if you still have questions after that, let me know. You can get with me after class here and you can send me a message.
There will be firefighters at Roanoke Fire Department. People need to take shelter as well.
Okay, and if people need shelter, there will be firefighters at Roanoke Fire Department. So police departments, fire departments. There's all kinds of places to find shelter. So, but it is not. I repeat, it is not a bridge or an overpass. If you park under an overpass, that you just certified yourself to be a participant in a wind tunnel challenge. And that is not anything that I would say I would want to get into. So, if you're driving up 9 on 24 and you see a tornado and you pull under that overpass, especially because it's north-south, it's not going to go well for you. And that's me being honest. And I know that sounds like a broken record about the overpass thing. Every storm chaser and meteorologist says it. But I feel it needs reiterated because I see it a lot. And I know you don't want to get your car damaged in hail and things like that. But I would rather see you get where you're going alive and have to pay a $500 deductible to get dings taken out of your car than to see you get swept away in the wind and your car flip and roll. So that's just the story of that. So, all right. Does anybody have any more questions I can answer? I am an open book. After this, if you have any questions, shoot us a message. We're going to probably keep going to one of our spots here soon and figure out what life's going to look like for us. Like I said, we're going to start off probably in Wabash County, and then we will scoot off towards the east.
Did you respond back?
And what's that?
Did you respond back?
Yes. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But we will scoot off to the east with the storms, chasing into Huntington County. And if we feel the need to stick with it and go further to the east, we will. So if you're in Wells County or anywhere past that and you're a follower, let us know and we can keep you informed as well. And, you get a good heads up while we're chasing from Wabash. So Mike asked, what should we expect? So we'll just go over another quick briefing. Looks like we've got quite a few more people in here than we did. So we went over a little bit of the radar and what it looks like right now. I'm going to pop that back up. So this is the current radar around Peoria, Illinois, and that's kind of what I'm watching for what's going to be coming towards us. You can see, I'm going to get my crayon out here. You can see I've been watching the clouds. that cloud right there has been really popping up. And, you know, that whole area is what I'm watching for, because it's going to be pushing off to the east. Kevin, we'll do that here in just a moment. But that weather is going to be pushing off towards the east. And if it continues a straight east path, that's what we're going to be looking at as impacting us. What the weather models were showing, we'll pop that back up here. And we'll zoom back in. This, like I said, this is about 7 o'clock. This is here in Wabash. This is more on the eastern side of Wabash, but tornadoes are possible. This would be a damaging tornado somewhere between EF2 and EF3. Keep in mind, this is not, hey, this is happening. That's not what this means at all. This is a snapshot of what is possible based off of data. So keep that in mind. But this is telling me right now that the possibility is very real for some severe weather to happen in our area. Somebody said, what about in Columbia City? We look up here in Whitley County, Kosciuszko County, we have the same risk, but it's a EF0, EF1 risk, so a lighter risk there. But the winds, we're still looking at 61 knots, so about 70-mile-an-hour winds possible. 74. Math me. About 74-mile-an-hour winds are possible. Cloud heights are starting to shrink at that point. So, you know, I hate to say it, but we'll play it by ear just a little bit here. If we back up an hour, you can see how far back that pushes everything. So, you know, this model goes hour by hour. But we have a little bit of weather there just north of you there. And this is going to kind of push to the southeast a little bit. And this is saying that it's sub-severe, which I would agree with. Winds are picking up about 45 miles an hour there. And about the same there. So that is sub-severe in that area. And this is severe. So we got about 74, 75 mile an hour winds there. It's not a knot tornado, but, you know, severe is very possible. Hail's possible with the quick temperature drops and the low cloud levels. So we're just definitely going to have to keep an eye on it. Like I said, this is a snapshot of what could happen. This isn't a definite, this is going to happen. But, you know, that's why we exist. So we can look at the radar all day. But, you know, as our parents used to tell us when we were kids, hey, what's the weather going to be like today? Go outside and look up. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we've been working on doing. And we're going to go outside and look up. So, and we're going to do what we can to keep you safe. And I just had a pressure change. Sorry, I'm sensitive. And we're going to do what we do best. We're going to keep you guys informed and protected. And we will go forth from there. So, any other questions? No? All right, hot seat. They asked for an introduction. This is Joseph. He's going to be my navigator today. He's also a storm chaser. Got his first tornado up in the port, or a few weeks ago. Lake County last week. Great storm chaser, really smart individual. He's going to be my right-hand man in the hot seat today. Anything you'd like to say for yourself? Nope. That's Joseph. And then over here on the other side of the hot seat, we got Justin. He's from the huge town of Bippus, Indiana. Anything you want to say for yourself, sir?
No.
He's going to be in the back seat of the truck today. He's the muscle of the organization. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but he looks like he won the local strongman competition. But we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out and about. I'm going to get a bite to eat in my gullet. And it looks like in Illinois, we've got our first severe thunderstorm warning around Havana into Bloomington. So things are going to start picking up here, guys. So, and if you're wondering why it's so cool out and things, we're still worried about things picking up. So, we're going to have to science. I'm going to science, and I hate doing it, but sorry, guys. So a lot of people think that we just kind of go around the sun. We don't. That's kind of like a myth. But picture the sun going through the galaxy, the galaxy like this, right? We're following it like this. That's where our seasons come from. So when we're in summer, we're down here. So we get those sun rays beating down on us like that. So what that is, that's more of a direct convection that's cooking the tops of these clouds. So we're waiting to see if that's going to really boil, bust the cap, and make the clouds grow and help absorb the moisture that's in the atmosphere. Because I mean, our dew points are just through the roof. And once all that cooks, and that's where convection comes from, um, we'll be able to really get things cooking. So that's what we're waiting for, and we will see what happens. Michael Mattern says, "See you soon." He's another one of our chasers. He's going to be out rolling with Don today. He is the other man in the white truck. So, but we're going to get out of here, and you guys be safe, be ready. Have a way to receive alerts today, and we're going to get cooking. Let's get chasing.